I'm channeling the song that goes something like, I had all and then most of you, some and then none of you. And something about that feels so significant for this love connection, because it feels like with the Eight of Wands, it's like you've released something to the universe, and it's really beautiful surrounding the time of the full moon. This release that you've done, it's basically this need to be loved by others. Oh my God, that's what it is. You've released this need to be loved and accepted by others, and have fully decided to love and accept yourself in a way that it's like no matter what somebody says or does, you're still good. It's a really powerful position to be in for love. So let's dive in and see what is happening for you in love because of this change that you decided to make. We have the Sun card coming out. I don't know why this feels so bright, and it's like all at once is what I'm hearing. Like all at once you're going to fall into this person's arms or be like captivated by this person's presence, as they will be yours with the Three of Swords and Justice card here. Oh my God, you're literally coming into union with the reason why nothing else worked. The reason why every relationship in the past has been a learning lesson. This is Justice card here. This is literally like the balancing of the scale. So like, oh my God, that's insane. As much bad, like horrible experiences as you've had in love, that's about to be how many good and wonderful loving experiences you have with this person within this love connection. That's insane. It's like you paid all of your karma, or you know what, you paid karma for other people too. Like you paid generations of karma. And so oh my God, it's such an incredible shift happening for you. Take it as it resonates, because this is a very powerful and specific reading with the Hermit card here followed by the Star, followed by the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my God. And the Three of Pentacles. Ooh. Oh my God, this is like a really, wow. It's going to be so different from everything you've ever experienced. It's going to be so different in the best way. You're going to feel so supported by this person, so supported by this person's energy, like the way that your energies just match with each other. Oh, it's like chef's kiss, designed by the gods, or designed by God. Quite literally, both of you have been designed one another, but for one another by the universe with the Ace of Wands here. There's a certain level of like truth that the both of you have experienced. This makes me feel like you both have maybe similar upbringings, or just something about the way you used to view yourself versus the way you view yourself now. This person has also gone on this journey of healing, of discovering, of, finding worthiness, like realizing that you are worthy. This person has a really similar background emotionally with the Nine of Pentacles, the Star, and the Hermit. You're about to really do something big here. Like in the arms of this love connection, the song that came was In the Arms of an Angel. And naturally there's like the sad puppies that come with that, but no sad puppies here. It's just in the arms of an angel. Like you're going to feel like you're literally just being, you're going to feel so safe. It's going to feel like you meet an angel in this person's presence. Like you're meeting an angel when you meet this person, or you recognize, you know what it is? You're recognizing the angel in this person. Like you recognize beyond their ego, beyond this person's like facade, or like their kind of like darker edge. Something about this person is edgy. You see beyond it, and you can recognize their angel. With the Star card here, this makes me feel like you're about to be the main focus here, like the main event. It's like, every act has been leading up. It's been a circus. Every act, oh my God, I had a dream about this. Every act in this circus has been leading up, and it's been a circus. It's been chaotic. If you're still here and resonating with this message, 444 on the timer, you know what it is. Every act has been leading up to the main event, and you are the star. Like this is the star, like the main event. you're going to be placed on this pedestal, and it's almost like a beacon of light goes out above you, and this person just all of a sudden knows where you are and knows exactly where to go to find you. Like you're literally going to be this beacon of light, like the lighthouse. Maybe lighthouses are significant for you. And it's the love energy that you've cultivated for yourself. It's like the energy that you have around you. It's gold. So Ace of Cups on the bottom. I don't even know how that got there because I did not recognize that as I was pulling cards. Someone go back and watch that because I feel like this was not on the bottom of the deck. Anyway, Ace of Cups, you've figured it out. You remember who you are. You realize how valuable you are. You know what you have to offer in love. And you can also recognize that in someone else now because you've recognized it in yourself. Wow. I've been receiving visions of marriage and feelings of like getting ready for the wedding these past few days. So maybe you're moving into something very quickly here where it just goes from friends to lovers to lifetime. Like friends to lovers to lifetime love. Friends to lovers to lifetime love. With the Nine of Cups and the Magician card here, you were in search of this. This is what you asked for. This is what you have been searching for. You've done so well, is what I'm hearing. Oh my God, like your angels, you've done so well. So you're about to be rewarded for everything you've done with this Magician card here. When I tell you this person is just going to know how to love you, how to love every inch of you, every moment of you. Designed for you. If you want to dive in deeper to a personal connection, I offer FaceTime sessions, general emails for activation, and texting sessions as well. You can click the link in my bio. There is a moment when the searching stops, not because you gave up, not because you decided love wasn't worth the effort, or that you were better off alone, or any of the other stories that people construct to make peace with ongoing disappointment. The stopping is different from any of those things. It is quieter. It happens in a moment that probably didn't feel significant when it occurred. A Tuesday, maybe, or a Sunday evening when the light was doing something ordinary through the window. And what shifted was not your circumstances, but something interior. Something fundamental. You stopped needing to be loved by the world and started simply loving yourself. And that specific, unheroic, quietly radical act changed everything. Not in the way you might have expected, not with immediate external evidence or dramatic shift in circumstances. More like the way a key turning in a lock changes things. The door looks the same. The world on the other side looks the same. But something has been released that was previously held closed, and now whatever was waiting on the other side has somewhere to enter. It is where you are, and what is waiting on the other side is coming in. But first is something that deserves to be acknowledged about the road that brought you here. Because the road matters. Not to dwell in it, not to re-examine every stone of it for what you could have done differently,
but because understanding what it was for changes the way you carry it. Every relationship that ended, every person you loved who could not love you back at the same depth, every almost and nearly and not quite, each one of those was not a failure of you, was not evidence of something broken in you or something fundamentally wrong with how you love, was not the universe's way of saying that this particular thing is not available to you. It was preparation. That word sounds clinical when you are in the middle of the pain, when someone leaves or a connection dissolves, or you find yourself yet again standing in the space between what you hoped for and what actually happened. The idea that this is preparation for something better is easy to dismiss as the kind of comfort people offer when they don't know what else to say. But there is a kind of preparation that can only happen through lived experience, through actually feeling the specific texture of what doesn't fit, through developing the discernment that comes only from contrast, through growing into the version of yourself that knows the difference because they have experienced the difference firsthand. You did not fail at love. You were being prepared for it, and there is something else in this story that is rarely said plainly enough. You have been carrying more than your own weight. The pain you have processed, the cycles you have broken, the generational patterns you have dismantled through the sheer force of your willingness to do things differently. That was not just personal healing. That was larger work. The kind that clears ground not just for yourself, but for the lineage behind you and the ones who will come after. The kind that, when it is complete, creates a different quality of space around you. Lighter, more open, as though the air has changed. That work is done. Not in the sense that growth is ever finished, but in the sense that the karmic weight, the accumulated debt of old patterns and inherited wounds has been settled. You are not dragging it forward anymore. And what that means for love is this: the scales are balancing. As much difficulty as you have moved through, that is how much goodness is arriving now. Not as a transaction, the universe is completing reluctantly, but as the natural consequence of cleared ground finally receiving what it was always capable of growing. The connection that is forming or arriving or deepening, depending on where you currently find it, carries a quality that is genuinely different from what you have experienced before. This person was made for you. I know that sounds like something said when there is nothing more specific to offer, but in this case, it is the most accurate and most honest description available. The fit between your energies is not the result of effort. or chemistry or the particular magic of new love that makes everything feel possible before the real work begins. It is structural design, as though whoever or whatever arranges these things understood what each of you needed at the deepest level and spent a considerable amount of time getting it right. They have been on their own journey, parallel to yours, different in its specific geography, but recognizably similar in its emotional landscape. They have also done the work of dismantling the version of themselves that was built for survival rather than for genuine love. They have also arrived at the understanding of their own worthiness, not as a concept, but as a lived reality. They have also moved through experiences that, in the moment, felt like loss, and only in retrospect revealed themselves as the education they actually were. You will recognize each other, not just in the surface sense of finding someone attractive or interesting, compatible. In the deeper sense, in the specific and almost destabilizing sense of encountering someone and feeling with an immediacy that bypasses rational analysis that you know this person. That something in them corresponds to something in you in a way that cannot be explained by the limited amount of time you have spent in the same room. And yet, there is something worth noticing about this person that will not immediately look like what you might expect from the one who was designed for you. They have an edge, a layer that reads as guarded or complicated or slightly difficult to access. Something that might cause another person to conclude that this isn't the one, that the right person would be more obviously soft, more immediately open, more visibly safe. But you have a specific gift that not everyone carries. You can see past the exterior presentation to the person underneath it. You can recognize the angel in someone without requiring them to lead with it. You are not fooled by the surface, and you are not deterred by it. What you will see beyond the edge, beneath the guardedness, is something that moves you, something that is in the process of becoming, something tender and real and trying in its own particular way to be worthy of what is being offered. And in that recognition, something in both of you will relax for the first time in a very long time. Here is the insight that I keep returning to, the one that feels most true and most important in this entire story. You have become your own lighthouse. That is not a metaphor I am reaching for. It is the most accurate description of what has happened as a result of the work you have done. The love you have cultivated for yourself, the self-acceptance that replaced the relentless seeking of external validation, the return to your own inherent worth that happened quietly And without announcement, it has made you visible in a way that no performance or strategy could have manufactured. You are emitting something now, a frequency, a quality of light that this person, who has their own ability to recognize genuine things, is going to find without needing to be directed toward it. They will simply know where you are, not because you advertised yourself, not because the circumstances made it convenient, but because the energy you carry right now, the gold of someone who has done their own reckoning and arrived on the other side of it whole, acts as a beacon for the person who was always supposed to find it. You were always the main event. The chaos and the false starts and the connections that taught but did not stay were not the show. They were the opening acts. Every difficult chapter was building toward this specific moment, toward the version of you that is standing in your own light, not waiting for someone to illuminate you, not dimming yourself to make others more comfortable. The spotlight has found you, and this person is already moving toward it. What is coming will not feel like the love you have known before. Not because it will be without depth or without challenge, but because it will not require you to work against yourself to maintain it. Previous love asked you to shrink, to explain, to manage your own needs carefully, to avoid being too much. This love will not make any of those requests. This person will simply know how to love you. Not through instruction, not because you have learned to communicate so clearly that anyone could follow the map, but because the map is written in them already, because what you need and what they naturally give are the same thing expressed from different directions. They will love every part of you, including the parts that previous people found difficult, not despite those parts, because of them. Because you are a complete person, not a collection of acceptable qualities and tolerated flaws. And this is someone who is capable of loving completeness. You who has given so much and received so little in return for so long, are about to experience what it feels like when the proportion reverses. When what you give and what you receive achieve the balance that love was always supposed to have. When the exchange is genuinely equal and the equality is not something either of you has to monitor because it simply exists. The trajectory from here moves quickly. Not recklessly, but with the particular speed of two things that have been kept apart long enough and are finally in the right conditions, able to find each other and hold on. What begins as connection deepens toward intimacy. What develops as intimacy moves towards something lasting. The arc of this, friends, to lovers to the kind of love that spans a lifetime is not a distant possibility being dangled as motivation to keep going. It is the direction this is already moving in. You have done the work. That is what everything, every card, every signal, every message coming through is trying to communicate. Not that you have been perfect. Not that you have healed every wound completely or resolved every pattern fully, but that you have done it genuinely. That you showed up for your own becoming in the real way, not the performed way. That you chose yourself again and again, even in the seasons when choosing yourself was the hardest and least rewarded option available to you. That sincerity, that genuine commitment to your own growth rather than the appearance of it is seen by your guides, by the universe, by whatever intelligence is running these arrangements. It is registered. And the love that is arriving is not a coincidence or a piece of luck that landed in your direction randomly. It is the direct result of who you chose to become. The main event is here. Not coming soon, not eventually when everything else is resolved and the conditions are perfect. Perfect. Here, in this chapter, in this specific and unfolding now, you finally, fully, without the apologizing and the shrinking and the waiting for permission, are the star. And the person who was designed to recognize that is already on their way. Dear soul, before you leave, pause for just a moment. If these words have stirred something deep within your heart, if you felt even a small whisper of hope while listening, then this message was meant to find you today. Right now, speak these words over your life. I am chosen. I am loved. I am not forgotten. God knows my name. My prayers have been heard. My love is divinely guided, and my story is not over. Say it again, and then say it one more time. Let those words sink into the broken places, the weary places, and the parts of your heart that have been carrying silent pain for far too long. Let them remind you that even in moments when you feel unseen, heaven sees you. Even when the waiting feels endless, God is still working behind the scenes. Even when you cannot see the path ahead, His hand is leading you every step of the way. Please don't keep this. Someone out there is fighting a battle they haven't told anyone about. Someone is losing hope. Someone is crying behind a smile, wondering if anyone cares. Your share could be the very sign they've been praying for. It could be the message that reminds them to hold on one more day and trust that God has not abandoned them. And if this ministry has encouraged your heart and strengthened your faith, and you feel led by God to help us continue sharing these prophetic and faith-filled messages, You can support this mission through a super thanks. Whether your gift is small or large, every act of generosity helps us reach more souls with messages of hope, healing, restoration, and God's unfailing love. May the Lord bless every giver abundantly. May He open doors no one can shut, restore what has been lost, answer the prayers you've cried in secret, and pour unexpected blessings into every area of your life. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may God's perfect timing bring every promise He has spoken over your life to fulfillment. Together, we are more than a community. We are a family of faith, standing together, believing together, and trusting that God's greatest chapters are still ahead.